Yo, Larson here, welcome to the newest Synthesize Sunday episode, and today I want to show you a very simple rack that can create magic to your very dumb waveform, something like this. Because this is how it sounds without the rack. Okay, so always if you want to grab this whole project, check my Patreon below and dig deeper into production with my academy, with start to finish courses, with project file downloads, but right now let's jump into it. Hey, I made a noise style masterclass. You can check it in the description. Okay, so this is the bass sound. And there is another sound that I really love here, and that is the chord stabs or chord stacks. It's such a nice character it has, so it's basically not just a saw wave stack, but it has something really cool in that. But it's really unique, so I love it. But anyway, let's go to the main bass, and without the rack, this is how it sounds. And the cool thing in this rack is that the source sound is very simple. It is a saw wave that is filtered by the OSR filter emulation stuff with some distortion, and the LFO drags the filter up and down. So as you can hear, it's not just a static saw wave, it has a little modulation in it, and I applied 2 voices of unison with the spread. But on itself it sounds really dumb, but if I activate the rack, now the cool thing in this rack is that you can use any waveform basically, and you will get a different character. So let's go with the square wave now. Maybe you want to filter it a little more. And then applying different EQ, and let's choose a custom waveform. So this is the cool part in, but let's go with a simple saw now. And let's check what is in the rack. So the first thing is a chorus, add more voices to the sound, because you know, if you have voices and you distort it, you can get a really nice fat neuro bass sound. So without the chorus, so as you can see, it gives a lot more to the sound. I had to make the mono bass because, you know, I'm using 2 voices of unison, and with the chorus we really want to leave the low end mono. And then I added some more width to the rest of the frequencies. Now I'm using this auto filter to add some movement to the sound. And then I had to apply an EQ8 to tame the mid bass frequencies. This is just too much. And here comes my favorite thing, this 3-band split rack, where basically what I did is split up the spectrum into 3 bands, the top, a middle and the bottom. And basically I applied this overdrive and a Haas effect on the mid band. The top and the low is untouched. And with these macros you can set the mid, the low and the high band width basically. So it's really handy to have these macros on the rack. Oh, this can be a cool sound too. But I love to keep the mid band really wide, so this way your bass turns into a really mid-heavy kind of bass sound. Anyway, after it we have this EQ8. We have to tame the low end, because if you add too much to it, obviously you want to have a nice balance on your sound, and because I'm using a saturator here, I had to make sure that the sub frequencies won't distort the sound too much. Then I have compressor. To basically pull up the subby parts, you know, where I applied the low pass filter, so to the parts where we only have the sub. So this is why the compressor and this multi-band compressor here. But the purpose of this device basically is just making the sound a little cleaner, I guess. And another EQ8. Because we have too much mid frequencies again, and the high end is a little too dull. And then a saturator. And the limiter to the end, and the utility is here only for the sidechain, as you can see. And let's have a look into the intro stabs. I have these saw stacks. I'm using 4 layers basically, but this is just really basic stuff. Now here comes the character layer that I love. This almost sounds like a percussion-y kind of Foley sound, but basically it's a bass sound that I made here. So I resampled that, dropped into the sampler, and I played it on a really high frequency and without the effects. And originally it should have sounded played like here. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what I did to this sound, but the trick here is to play it a little higher and apply some effects. But anyway, the final sound is just a really nice character, some uniqueness to this chord step, and of course a bass layer. Oh, this is a cool sound too. But yeah, this is a lot better. So without the character layer, it's really boring. But with this, it's just very, very cool. Okay, so if you want to grab this project, check my Patreon and don't forget to check my academy for awesome start to finish courses. I was Lars and see you guys next time. Peace!